Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Jesse Plemons and Robert De Niro and follows a series of events dubbed the Reign of Terror. In 1920s Oklahoma, the Native American Osage Nation were the richest people in the world per capita thanks to oil found under their land which they had been forced to live on by the white colonials. After this oil was discovered, the natives gained untold wealth, but the United States government instilled plans which limited the natives' access to their own money, one such method being the appointment of a white guardian for each Osage, and it was he who controlled the wealth. As you can imagine, many of these guardians abused their power. David Grann's novel, upon which the film is based, tells of one story of a woman who was so desperate for medical care for her baby, but her guardian refused to pass over the funds, and as such, the baby died. When the case was brought to court, it was simply ignored. But the horror unleashed upon the Osage people didn't stop there, as one by one they began being killed off, murdered. The family of one Osage woman, Molly Burkhart, became a prime target, with numerous members of her family being shot or poisoned, with the death toll climbing and the local law enforcement either helpless or uninterested in the plights of the Osages. The FBI were brought in to solve the cases of the murders, and what they discovered uncovered one of the most chilling conspiracies in American history. So it's all pretty grim stuff, and it will make for a fascinating movie. But there is one quite blatant question here that arises. Why is it called Killers of the Flower Moon? What does that even mean? Scorsese movies in general usually have quite simple titles that reference the movie clearly. Taxi Driver is about a taxi driver, Casino about a casino, The Irishman an Irishman. Killers of the Flower Moon is an intriguing title, but one that ostensibly has no relevance to the film. So what does it mean? Well, on the first page of Killers of the Flower Moon of Chapter 1, The Vanishing, Grann explains the story behind the title of the book. In April, millions of tiny flowers spread over the Blackjack Hills and vast prairies in the Osage territory of Oklahoma. There are Johnny Jump Ups and Spring Beauties and Little Bluets. In May, when coyotes howl beneath an unnervingly large moon, taller plants such as spiderworts and black-eyed Susans begin to creep over the tinier blooms, stealing their light and water. The necks of these smaller flowers break and their petals flutter away, and before long they are buried underground. This is why the Osage Indians refer to May as the time of the flower-killing moon. So by 1925, when the FBI investigated the killings, over 20 Osage natives had died under suspicious circumstances. The true death toll is thought to be even higher, and the extent of the corruption and conspiracy included doctors, lawyers, judges, and even family members. The story of the tall plants overgrowing and blocking the light and water from the smaller spring flowers, and thus causing their death at the time of the flower-killing moon, is a metaphor for how the Osage people were overrun, brutalized, betrayed, and oppressed by those who swarmed onto their land in droves in blood-soaked thirst and pursuit of wealth and power. For more videos, consider subscribing to the channel, and thanks for watching.